Do you believe that there's a spiritual warfare happening? Today I'm going to give you a couple videos and show you proof that there is. And I'm going to show you what it meant for me to become a believer in God because of what happened to me. These videos are from my house. It got recorded through my cameras I have in my home. And it's something so unexplainable that I never thought in a million years it would happen to me. But thankfully, because it did, it made me a believer in God. I've always been 50-50. Like maybe there is, maybe there isn't. But after this happened to me, I'm a complete 100% believer that there's a spiritual warfare happening. And I'm going to show you why. In September, I woke up in the middle of the night. I looked at my phone, it was 2:55 in the morning. I woke up because my dogs were whining that they want to use the restroom. So I got up. I was leaving my boxers. I got up. I took my dogs out, waited for them to use the restroom. I came back, fed them, gave them some, Then I went to the bathroom. I was doing my business in the bathroom. And out of nowhere, I hear a, "Hey!" right next to me, like right next to me. And when I heard, "Hey," I looked. And then I said, "What?" Because I thought it was my son. Because when I turned around, I thought I saw a shadow. And I thought it was my son going to get water. Maybe say, "Hey," because we got cats. So I thought maybe the cats were scratching him. You know how they pull up and scratch you when they want something? I get out. There's nobody in there. So I go check in their room. They're solid asleep. So I got confused. I was like, I definitely heard something say, a voice say, "Hey." But I was like, you know what? I have cameras. Let me check them. I checked my living room camera, and this is what I caught. This is me coming from outside that I brought the dogs in, so I'm feeding them. And there's static all over my camera, which has never happened before. All static. I'm looking at them. My cats are there. Then I go use the restroom. As I'm using this restroom, I'm not thinking nothing about nothing. I just went, it's 3 a.m. I'm chilling. And, I'm still there. I'm showing you guys a full video. I'm still doing my business. But the static has never ever happened before. And around this time, in a couple seconds, when I hear the "Hey!" and I come out the bathroom, confused, thinking it was my kids. So I go check the room. They're sound asleep. Then I go in the kitchen. Maybe I think one of them was there. Nope. Then I go back and turn on the light to make sure they're both sound asleep. And they are. So then I'm still very confused, but I know I heard something. And then, you see that when I'm doing this? I'm actually putting my middle finger on. Let me try to see if I could. Let me see if I could. Sorry. If you can see, I'm actually putting my middle finger on. Because, well, I was really mad. Because when I heard my son's voice, it changes things. So then, fast forwarding it, I come out and I'm checking my cameras, which I'm checking my living room camera, and I hear the static. Right? So then I go and I'm thinking to myself, okay, maybe I'm hearing things. Maybe it was somewhere outside the house, right? So then I go and check my outside camera, right? And this is what it caught. You hear the train. In a couple seconds, you're gonna hear what I heard. That's exactly what I heard inside my house, but way louder. I'm gonna play it again. So as you can see in here, it says stink hay, but there's nobody outside. So then I'm thinking, my garage camera couldn't have caught that, because when I heard it, it was so loud. It was like, hey, everywhere around my house. But as you saw, my kids were sleeping. There's nobody in the house that's awake. So then I go, and you know when you scream, the further you are away, the lower it gets because of the walls and the doors. This is the footage for my garage. As you can see, it's a normal night. You see how the voice is the same voice, it's like a kid voice throughout everywhere. The voice doesn't lose its power. I'm gonna repeat it again. Again, I'll do it again. It's a clear hey. And when I heard it next to me, it sounded intelligent. It wanted me to know it was there. It was like a hey. So then I go and I said, I have a basement camera. I was like, my basement camera couldn't have possibly gotten it because I'm upstairs. There's walls, it's a whole floor. It couldn't have caught it. And to my amazement, it caught it, and even you can hear my voice say what. Of all the videos, you can never hear my voice say what. But when it happened, when somebody screamed hey to me, I turned around and I said what, because I thought it was my son. So how come in the basement camera you could hear my what, but in all the other videos you can't hear it because I'm so far away? That's to let you know how loud it was. And now we go on my basement camera. You hear me say what? I'll rewind. You hear it, but if you hear it closely, there's noise. Did you hear that? Ever since the beginning of the video, there's like whispering. How do you explain that? How do you explain something screaming at you? How do you? There's no. I. So the next morning, I tried to get my kids to the same voice. I just told them randomly, just say "hey" as loud as you can, because I have three kids in my house. None of them could do it. None of them. You couldn't hear outside. And if you could hear from one, maybe the outside camera, you could hear a little bit, but from the garage and downstairs, you couldn't hear it. I told them, scream as loud as you can. Hey, they couldn't. It's something that made me believe in God, because this is a spiritual warfare. And this is not just all that happened. The next day, I'm away from home, right? And I get a notification that there's movement in my living room. I check it, and the static is there again. Zzz, which is, it's never done that before. As I'm seeing what caused the movement, I'm rewinding the video, and then I finally caught it. And this is what it caught. I'm gonna show you the full video. And then see if you could see it. As I'm looking at this video through my smartphone, right? I didn't catch it the first 2 times what happened. But as look at this area right here. Right here. There's no movement, no nothing. And then out of nowhere, you'll see. I'm playing the long version, so you to show you guys it's not edited or anything. Just wait a couple seconds. Then I'll put the short version. You see that? Right there. Did you guys see that? It's been playing for about a minute. Look at that right here. It's gonna happen in a couple seconds. This happened at 1 a.m. There's no reason for that cereal box to have fallen, because it's been there for weeks. Now, yeah, about 2 weeks, because we don't really eat cereal. Let me show you a close-up. The static sound, and if you look at it, let me rewind. Look at it right here. You see that? Something pulls it. Something pulls it to fall down. When a cereal box falls down by itself, it doesn't do that. Look, let me show you. Let me see if I could slow it down for y'all. Okay, I'm gonna slow it down. See that? See how it falls? See right there. You see the movement right there? Something pulls it right there. You see that? And it falls down. Something pulls it. It just falls down. Maybe I'll speed it up a little bit to show you. Something just goes there, pulls it, and it falls down. How do you explain this? How can I explain that, you know, it's something else if I tell you guys this is what happened to me as a story. But when I have video evidence, have audio evidence, and then visual where something it's moving things. You know, after this happened, I actually went to church and got baptized. And I accepted Jesus in my heart. Because whatever it was that said hey to me, hey, it sounded intelligent. It didn't sound like, you know, when you're walking by, maybe you hear a whisper and you're like, oh, what's going on? This is something that was powerful. And I don't know if this had anything to do with it, but the previous night, I had seen a documentary about the Gary house. The kid that got possessed, that, you know, there was a child welfare services, you know, testified that they saw the kid levitate and all that. I saw that documentary and then I saw the Zac Efron one when he bought the house and all that. And it had disclaimer that if you see this stuff, I'm not sure if it had anything to do with that. But I'm just letting you guys see the evidence of what happened to me and my story. And in a way, I'm glad it happened to me because I wouldn't be going to church. You know, I'm not saying I'm perfect. I go to church every day and I follow 100% scripture because, you know, this is all new to me still. But if this hadn't happened to me, I probably would never have gone to church like that or accepted Jesus into my heart, you know, and became a Christian. This to me told me there's a spiritual warfare, and I'm not sure why it happened to me, but I want to spread the word that this stuff, it's real because it happened to me, and I could testify and I could show you that there's something else, something bigger than us going on in our environment, trying to influence us. And like I said, I'm not perfect. I still sin, you know, but I'm trying a lot more than when I did before when I was 50-50, you know. And I'm making this video. Maybe it'll help one person out to accept Jesus into their heart. It may, you know, may help 2, 3, or maybe just give you curious to look into the Bible. You know, whatever faith you want. This is what changed my life. And maybe you can change somebody else's. And if it does happen to you, you're not alone. You know? Scripture is everything. And like I said, I'm not perfect yet. You know, I will never be perfect. But I'm trying to live a lot better life than I did because of this. Something literally screamed at me, hey! The next day, stuff is falling in my house. After that happened, I wanted to, like, I was mad because whatever it was sounded like my kid. I wanted to confront it, but I decided not to, and nothing's happened after that. But if it does happen, I'm just gonna get down and pray, because the only one that could defeat this enemy is God. Nothing I could do. If somebody breaks into my house, I could probably get into a shootout with him, you know, stab him, defend my house, because that's a person. But something that I can't see that's screaming at me, I need God's help. Only He could protect me with that. And thank you for watching this video. And God bless you all. And I hope this helped people, you know. Stuff like this happens. I caught it on video. Like I said, it started with the static. I'm not sure why it interfered my cameras with the static. And when I heard the first time, or when the stereo box fell down, the same static, and it's never done that ever again. None of my cameras. But thank you for watching my video, and I hope this helped you, you know, find God because there's a spiritual battle out there. And you have to choose a side. I'll catch you guys in the next one.